We started working on Sojourner House as a committee of women probably in 1990, and it happened pretty quickly. Sojourner House opened in '91 after finding the building, rehabilitating the building, finding the funding, creating a board of directors, and we did this under East End Cooperative Ministry. So we had a more fluid trajectory to beginning. There wasn't any drug and alcohol long-term support for women with children. If a woman wanted to get well, she wanted to get better, she needed to give up her kids in order to go into any longer-term supportive treatment. And so this group of women, led by Mary Pardee, first started looking to see if they could meet the needs of women who were involved in prostitution. The mission shifted from just focusing on women who were earning what they could through the exchange of their body for money to finding a place where women with addictions could find help without having to make that Sophie's choice of leaving their children behind. There was nothing happening like this in the city. It was a very new idea.
One day I had a phone call from a person I had never heard of, Gary Cincinnati, and he said, I would like to meet you and take you to coffee and talk to you about something we'd like to be involved with Sojourner House. And I didn't even know what to expect, but of course this is a neighborhood person, and so it used to be in Eaton Park right across the street. And we went and had coffee, and Gary was there with some other person, and I went across the street and he said, we have a particular problem with a house that's a drug house, and we thought what would be better to deal with this problem than to put a drug resource in it. And I have to tell you, I almost fell through the floor. And so I said to him, Gary, are you sure? What will the neighbors say? And he said, well, why don't you ask them? And he takes his hands and waves them, and everyone in Eaton Park stood up. And that's how it started. It is truly an amazing story that they were big-hearted enough and innovative enough to come up with this idea.
It was just an amazing coming together of people's understanding the challenge, the need, and having all these wonderful skills and abilities brought together all at the same time.
God has led us in the direction we've gone the whole way. You know, when we needed an executive director with these qualities, she was there. When we needed somebody on the board with these qualities, with these connections, she was there. And I think so firmly, Sojourner has been led by God and given us what we need when we need it. And so many times in our lives, that's how we live, and with faith that the right person will be there when you need them.
Sojourn is different than a journey or a trip. A sojourn is a walk through, a movement through something, a transformation. And so the idea of a sojourn, a transformational journey, was very much what we hoped to happen here for the women and children who came to live at Sojourner House.
Each journey begins with one step. And so we incorporated at graduation time, the women get to leave their mark on Sojourner House by leaving their colored handprints and sometimes their children's footprints on the wall back there. And our hope is that that wall will be completely filled with successful completions of women who have completed the program.
I've been in this field for over 20 years. I've worked with young children, I've worked with women, I've worked with mental health as well as substance abuse recovery. This program encompasses all of that. I am very inspired by empowering people to be the best versions of themselves that they can be. That's what brings me to work every day.
I am very, very pleased and proud to be part of this 25 years. I think that what has drawn me most to Sojourner House is that it's a family-centered approach in our treatment facility and also in our housing program, the MOMS program.
To see the women who have recovered and are living what appears to be very normal, happy lives and have made success of their recovery, it just gives me goosebumps.
A lot of the women that first came through the doors as of December the 1st, 1991 are still clean and sober. And it's nice to go into a grocery store and hear someone say, "Miss Joanne, hi, do you remember me?"
Just that time that they have here, that they spend with their children, clean and sober, and parenting their children, is valuable. And I think it's a memory their children will always remember, no matter what happens after they leave.
Our role is just to plant seeds that we never know when they'll come up, but we plant those seeds and that we hope that in the right season that they flourish.
It changed their lives. I still am in touch with many of the women, and they still look upon this time here in this very healing, transformational place with great, great gratitude and respect for the woman they've become because of the place, Sojourner House.